Hello, welcome back to Tarot Time with Andy. Thank you for being here. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedlys. I would like to do a spread today on Natalie Wood. I would really like to know whether or not, I feel strongly that he definitely should be guilty of something. Manslaughter charges, if nothing at all. So I just want to find out if that will come out. That's my spread today. Will it ever come out? Will it ever come out? Her sister, Natalie Wood's sister, does not think that Robert Wagner will ever do a deathbed confession. So I would probably have to agree with her on that. I don't think he will. If he's held his ground this long, I think he will continue to. So let's find out. Will Robert Wagner, will the truth ever come out? Will the truth ever come out? Will the truth ever come out? Will we ever know anything? Let's get some general energy. Let's find out. Well, whatever spirit wants to tell me, basically. Will we ever find out? Will we ever find out the truth? Will it ever, the truth come out that at least manslaughter, I feel. At least manslaughter, if nothing else. Robert Wagner, and Natalie Wood. Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. Here we go. The very first card here is the signifying card, is the King of Cups in reverse. So this is not a guy who is a Lord of the Hearts. Upright is Lord of the Hearts. In reverse, he's an abusive type of individual. And he's an emotional manipulator and very toxic. So for starters, very toxic man, toxic emotionally, toxic to be married with, toxic to be in love with, in all honesty. So that is the first card. The challenging position is the King of Swords. Yep, the King of Swords, and he definitely wants to keep it quiet. And with the King of Swords, this is the Executioner card. This is the authoritarian guy. And it is about justice and truth. So he wants to keep the justice and truth to himself. That is the challenging position. So I will say, no, he doesn't want to. He's going to try and keep it to himself. And so, no, he doesn't want that transformation. He's going to block it out with his logic. He's not going to allow his emotions to come forward. So, no, he does not want to. He's going to try and block it. And that is his challenging position. The focus here is the Page of Wands. He was a younger man at the time when this went down. And with the Page of Wands, this is someone who got very feisty, very bold, the person, very sexual card. Because it's a wand, likes the being out in the news, the media. The focus was to keep it out of the news and media for himself about being guilty. And it is someone who is very impulsive. A very, very impulsive, younger version of himself is the focus. And I'm going to put these out. And you guys can see them. Hopefully I put them in your position so you could see them. And we have here the hidden energy. The hidden energy is the King of Wands upright. So now he realizes what he did as a young kid was feisty and impulsive, and now he's an older version of that individual. He's matured into the wand into the King energy, from the Page energy to the wand energy, with that feistiness, with that impulsiveness. So he still has all the same traits. He's just an older version of himself. But when they do get a little bit older in this, they tend to be the ruler. They think they're in control. They still love the spotlight. So he still loves the spotlight. He wants to take charge. He likes to take charge. It is CEO, business, leadership, being straightforward energy. And that is the hidden energy. He's just a more mature version of that chaotic and high energy, impulsive individual who could not control his sex drive either. Then over here, whoa, okay, so this was in reverse, this is upright. So the challenging position is his cruelty. Bottom line, his cruelty, not being good with his words, cutting out. So he wants to cut it out. It's very defensive. This is someone who is very guarded, has mental blocks, does not use their smarts, and can be very cruel. So not only is he an emotional manipulator, he's cruel. That sword is down. The future focus is for him to stay in control. He wants to stay in control. That is that control factor. The sword is up. So he wants to control it. Here, he couldn't control it, couldn't control it. That was the focus. Now he's in control, in control. So he's trying to stay in control of the narrative of what happened. And then this is good, the near future, we have justice. Yes, yes, that's nice. So it looks like something could come out. The justice is the truth comes out. It is a court case too. I don't think there will be a court case because I think he's kind of on his last leg here. But there'll be a court case against his character, is how I would say, because they won't probably be able to do anything about it at this point in time. But against his character, it sure can be. So truths are going to come out. Nonetheless, doesn't have to be a court case, but the truths are going to start leaking out. So that's good. We will know. We will finally, probably when he passes away, maybe some people will speak the truths. They're afraid of him at this point in time. And then we have here the 7th position is the decision in the situation. He is a broke man energetically. The King of Pentacles in reverse. So with the King of Pentacles in reverse, this guy is he is, once again, he is abusive. He is toxic. He is a bully. He breaks laws. He's a very angry person. And he is not the master of his energy at all. He cannot control his energy. Cannot control it whatsoever. So that is the decision. He knows it. In that situation, he could not control himself. He became very angry. He broke laws. So he is guilty. He is guilty of what I said. Probably at least at the minimum manslaughter. Next position here is the Page of Swords. And this here is the 8th position, which is the external pressures. The external pressures is the Page of Swords. Is when he was younger, he was a player. He was a total player. You know, he played women, he played men. I think there was that sexual fluidity going on. Total player. This is my narcissist, young narcissist card. Very cruel nature, thoughtless, impulsive, and hasty. Could not control himself. And he fears people coming after him. So he's just a very ungrounded individual when he was younger, just like with this one here. We have 2 ungrounded individuals here. Very hasty and feisty and doesn't think before they act. Same thing with this one. Couldn't control themselves, couldn't control their words, couldn't control his emotions, can't control his behavior, his actions. So yes, here we go. The next card here, the Hierophant in reverse, is for the 9th position, and that is the inner emotions. He knew that the marriage wasn't working out. They were literally pretty much on the verge of yet another breakup, another divorce. They got married twice. And this is not going along with morals in reverse. Sacred truth in reverse. Doesn't want the truth to come out. Integrity in reverse. Spiritual practices in reverse. High moral ground in reverse. This guy's rebellious. He's shameful. He's immoral. He's got problems with authority, and he's going to keep it to himself. So that is the external pressure. So he does not go along with the rules. He breaks the laws. Dark character here. And the final outcome is judgment. But it is judgment, and the judgment here is they're going to be waving the white flag. He's going to have to wave the white flag from the other side more than likely. I really don't see him coming forward. But this here is basically with the judgment in reverse, he does have that self-doubt and inner critic going on. So he knows he's guilty. He knows he should wave the white flag. See that? He should give up. He should give up. He should tell the truth. Because the judgment is an awareness, taking a wrong and making it right and reaping what you sow. He's not going to want to be a happy camper on his deathbed because it is reaping what you sow here. And it is, yeah. And so this is here a consciousness that he knows. He's aware of it, and he does not like it. This is like a really bad karma situation for him going to the other side with the judgment in reverse. It's not going to bode well for him on the other side, because he's going to face that judgment. He is going to face it hard. And the truths are going to leak out after his death. Afterwards, I don't see it happening beforehand. I think people are protecting him or afraid of him. And then I have here the temperance. So he's going to try and stay cool and calm and collected throughout his whole dying process on his deathbed. He's not going to let the cat out of the bag. Not whatsoever. He's going to play cool guy. I'm cool and collected here. So I don't see it ever happening until after he's gone. And then in the center of the situation, I have here the Hermit in reverse. He has an inability to look at it. He doesn't want to face it. He does feel a sense of loneliness and isolation with this secret. He doesn't want to look at it. So that makes him feel very isolated and alone within that secret that he's holding, and not going to let it out. So this is someone who's in total denial, denial of themselves, denial of truth, denial of their path, wanting to dim that path, not light the lantern there to shine a light on it. He wants to keep it in the dark, literally. So that is what I have for that. So yes, I think after he's gone, and it is saying definitely guilty by the way the cards are landing here, about the impulsiveness, the hastiness, you know, with having that player card, that is my narcissist, with having that young wand energy, you know, the Knight of Wands in reverse. You know, these cards here, or actually upright here, the focus was that he was hasty, impulsive, you know, just someone who likes to fight, but has this hot temper and is jealous. Jealousy was also a factor in the situation. And he knew his marriage was breaking apart. And he was a complete total player who had low vibration in every way. And he was cruel with his words. He was an emotional manipulator as well as a manipulator with his words. He was cruel from both ends, his words and his heart. Not a nice guy. Bottom line, he comes off at this spread here, he really comes off as like a malignant narcissist, or sociopathic, or psychopathic. Definitely high spectrum, very, very devious, extremely devious individual. Let's get some more on Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. Here we go. We got the axe. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, and abandonment. So yeah, he basically cut her out. He cut her out. He knew that she was going to probably leave him. There was going to be another divorce. There's a breakup, separation card right here happening. So that's why she ended up dead, in essence. Let's get the next card here on Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. There we go. And yep, cutting out the lovers. The lovers are breaking up, separating, going their separate ways, and that is why he did it. Right here. You can see both of them right there. Yep, and so he just couldn't control that rage and anger and that player energy, that young wand energy, that king in reverse energy, just a total reversal individual, where he just went totally toxic. Any relationship he gets into is going to be highly toxic. There's just no cure for that. Here we go. They're only temporarily happy. They can't keep the mask on, that mask of sanity on, for very long. Eventually it falls off. And then we have here a pleasant letter. So he wanted some good news. So the good news is probably her death, and we have here main female. So I don't know what that means. I could pull some more cards because that's kind of weird. I have no idea what that means. A pleasant letter for the main female. That could be just her death certificate for him. That's good news. Pleasant news. A pleasant letter depends on, pleasant could be something horrific, especially if you're out to take someone out and cut them out. Oh, 10 of Pentacles. So it would be about some money. Maybe there was an insurance policy and pushing forward without her. So it could have been money. There was some money involved in the situation. Maybe she had a big paycheck coming and he got her wealth. I don't know if he got a hold of her wealth, but it's looking like it. And then we have here the Hermit. And this is someone, at this point, he went in and he looked at that. He went into her wealth and pushing forward without her with the wealth is what it's looking like. And he somehow thought it over, used his wisdom, his inner wisdom, if you want to say, the Hermit, in essence, also is, you know, soul searching. So he has done a little bit of soul searching about how to get her money and push forward without her. So he soul searched on how to get a hold of her money and cut her out. Is what these two are, and he knew the divorce was coming. So this was probably sort of a, I would say it wasn't super deeply thought about. I think it was kind of weighing on his subconscious heavily, and it sat there for a long time, how he can get out of this marriage yet keep the money, keep that Ten of Pentacles, keep that abundance, keep that wealth for himself. And that subconscious was weighing on him, and so when they had that big blowout fight on the boat, that subconscious came to his conscious because it had been sitting there for so long and brewing over it, and he just acted out on his subconscious impulses, which was to take out violence on her. He's a very abusive individual. I don't think for a minute that he is innocent. I think he's a very dark person, and I hold to it. Let's get some more. Robert Wagner. Robert Wagner. Here we go. We got here the tarantula in reverse. So he got her in his web, for starters, back in the web of remarrying. And she did say, marrying him the second time, she told her sister that at least I know who the devil is. Then she knows who the evil is or who the devil is versus not knowing. She knew. She knew he was dark and he had a lot of dark traits, in essence. And that was in an interview that's on YouTube. You can probably dig around for it and see it. And it's not too long ago either. So let's see, 131. 131. The tarantula. The tarantula in reverse hesitates and over-intellectualizes. The tarantula is at crossroads. He wanted to reclaim his life purpose. And he was at crossroads when it happened, basically. And they're also saying, her sister said, and the talk show host was saying that the bruises on her, there were 17 on her, 17 total. And when you do fight or flight, when you pass away, you urinate. Her bladder was full when they found her and they did the autopsy. Her bladder was full, so there was no warning for her to urinate, in essence, which is very odd. And the bruises were all over, front and back. And what else? Something about her fingernails, too. Yeah, and there were 30 cc's of urine in her. And with that fight or flight response, that you do let everything out. So, and there was a smashed wine bottle. So, yeah, doesn't look good for him, you guys. So it looks like some stuff's going to come out, but I think it'll be after he has passed away, not prior. But I can ask that real quickly here. Will it happen on his deathbed or before? Will he, in any way, shape, or form, admit to what he did? Will he ever admit to what he did before he passes the earth plane? Will Robert Wagner ever admit to what he did before he passes the earth plane and leaves the earth plane? No. No. Will we find out afterwards that he played a major role in her death? Yes. Yes. Okay, you guys. I hope you enjoy this. Till next time, like and subscribe. Bye.